Alright, so there's going to be some new vocabulary we're going to see in these new chapters. Nationalism is loyalty to one's country or nation. Monarch, king or queen. Absolute monarch is a king or queen who has complete and total power, right? Boundaries, a dividing line. Tradition is a custom or belief that's handed down from one person to another, like generational. Inherit is to receive money, land, or wealth from somebody who's passed away. Armada, that's a huge fleet of warships. So we've learned about them building ships and exploration. Now they're building bigger fleets so they can go and invade people, right? Formation is a shape or a pattern. Divine right, that's the belief that God chose you to rule, okay? Petition of right is an English document that brought about more democracy. Resolution is a formal statement that the governmental body writes, in this case, the parliament. And treason is the act of turning against your own country. The vocabulary too, we'll go into that tomorrow. So, lesson one, guys, we're on the rise of nations. The Renaissance period, Reformation, scientific discoveries, these are all changing how people see the bigger picture, how people think, right? Europe was in what was called the Dark Ages. They lost a lot of ideas, they lost a lot of information, so they weren't learning. We learn, we grow every day, right? We can see scientific advancements every single day. Like look at the cell phone from 2000 to what it looks like now. It's faster, you know, more durable. Basically, they say there's more technology in your cell phone than what they put a man on the moon with, right? So that's how much we're advancing. Back then, after the fall of Rome, everything is wiped out. Nobody's learning. It starts going backwards. People that did have knowledge, they were wiped out by plague and famine. So they call it the Dark Ages because it used to be the height of Rome. Everyone was knowledgeable, everyone was educated, and everything crumbled. So it starts to build back up. There's something called the Renaissance, and that's basically a fancy word to say, you know, the rebirth. People are starting to learn and remember the things that they thought were lost. A lot of it is because people are moving different countries. It's called basically globalism. People are moving around and they're sharing ideas, okay? Now, once these ideas are brought, people are like, wait a second, I've been basically a slave this whole time. I didn't even realize it. I thought that's what you're supposed to do, grow food and give half to this guy. Like, no, that's not the way things need to be done. And like it says here, before nations, people did not see themselves as French or English or Spanish. They just thought, I'm Doug, I live on this farm. They didn't think about the bigger world. They didn't think about the interconnectedness. Only those who had power did. So feudalism was the political and military power at the time. Hey, I'm a noble, I have this land, I'm letting you live on it, so whatever you grow, you have to give me half of. And if somebody tries to come and invade, you have to come fight for me. Okay, you don't know any different, you're just gonna do what people tell you, right? So nationalism, this is brought about 11th century, and England is the first nation to do this. France follows soon after. They're like, hey, that's a really good idea. We can get these people to buy into it, that if we put a king on a throne, like I said, these people are uneducated, they can't read, and there's only a few Bibles in town, so only the priests had them, right? Or, you know, whoever's in charge of the church had them. They would read to people and tell them, hey, this is what it says, so you guys better do this, because if not, you'll go to hell. Hell is a scary concept. They're able to force a lot of people